Hello and welcome. We are broadcasting live from GlobalNutriPreneurs, the premier global gateway and unified operating system, transforming the future of global agri-food economy. Today, the global food system stands at a critical crossroads. While the demand for functional health, wellness, and nutritional security is expanding exponentially, early-stage innovators face massive roadblocks. Fragmented supply chains, opaque cross-border regulations, and a staggering volume of unvetted noise that isolates brilliant founders from institutional capital. The cost of this friction isn't just measured in lost revenue. It is measured in the unacceptably high rate of global food waste and systematic nutritional insecurity. Promoted by the Global Council for Agri-Food Trade and Innovation and the Global Council for the Promotion of International Trade, GlobalNutriPreneurs was engineered to dismantle these barriers. We are moving decisively past passive business directories. Powered by a robust digital operating system featuring AI-driven founder mentor matching, automated regulatory compliance hubs, and an integrated virtual deal room, we are systematically transforming high-potential ventures into scalable investment-grade nutri-businesses. Our ecosystem operates across 6 integrated strategic pillars, uniting a dedicated global R&D network, shared physical infrastructure via decentralized common facility centers, and an ESG-compliant trade and investment marketplace. Right now, our team is executing a massive global pipeline evaluation, reviewing over 10,000 agriculture, food, and nutrition businesses across more than 150 countries. Our mission is clear: to uncover the elite innovators shaping the next era of wellness, unlock friction-free global market access, and actively drive a 40% reduction in global post-harvest food losses. Today, as part of our Women in Food, Agriculture, and Nutrition Forum series, we are mapping out the blueprints of this agriculture revolution. Joining us is a leader whose work sits at the very frontier of this transformation. Please welcome to the global stage our guest for today, Elizabeth Olanrewaju NWANKWO. Is an international agribusiness strategist, scientist, science to markets, sustainability advocate, and global speaker with over 28 years of professional experience spanning agribusiness, food science, international trade, value chain development, and enterprise transformation. She has dedicated her career to bridging the gap between scientific innovation and commercial success by transforming agriculture research and indigenous African knowledge into investment-ready, export-oriented enterprises that create economic opportunities, improve nutrition, and strengthen sustainable food systems. As the founder and chief executive officer of OKLAN Best Limited and OKLAN Best Foods, Elizabeth leads a diversified agribusiness enterprise that integrates climate-smart production, industrial processing, product innovation, quality assurance, certification, export logistics, and international market access. Under her leadership, the company has evolved into a commercialization platform that supports the complete value chain from soil to consumer by converting primary agriculture commodities into high-value, nutrition-focused export-grade products for domestic, regional, and international markets. I now request you to kindly proceed with your presentation. Over to you.
Good morning, everyone. It's a privilege to join the GlobalNutriPreneurs ecosystem. My sincere appreciation to the Global New Council for Agri-Food Trade and Innovation and the Global Council for the Promotion of International Trade for this opportunity given to me. My name is Pastor Elizabeth Olanrewaju NWANKWO from Nigeria. I am the founder and Chief Executive Officer of OKLAN Best Limited, an agri-business and export company committed to transforming Africa agricultural commodities into high-value, nutritional-focused, and export-ready products. I am also the president of Ogun State Shippers Association and the Director of Sustainability and Climate Adaptation at the National Shea Products Association of Nigeria, called NASPAN. I'm also the Vice President Program OWIT Nigeria that has a global umbrella founded in US. For more than 28 years, my work has focused on connecting science with enterprise, farmers with markets, and innovation with investment. I have worked across the shea butter, cassava value chain, cocoa, mango, cashew, spices, functional food value chain, local cuisine, supporting research communization and climate smart agriculture, export development, women and youth empowerment, and sustainable international trade. I strongly believe that Africa's future lies not in exporting raw commodities, but in producing value-added, nutrition-rich, global competitive products. My passion is to help build commercialization ecosystem that transform research into businesses, businesses into exports, and exports into sustainable prosperity for our community. I cannot thank you enough for this opportunity. Good morning once again. Before me today, I have a topic called Transforming Africa Agribusiness, from raw commodity exporting to high-value science-driven global brand. Not just to send out raw commodities anymore, not just to leave agriculture at commodity level, but to add value for the work to move on, for us to have more job creation in our society, in our community, and to earn a better income, GDP for ourselves, to have more jobs available for our youth and women and the likes. This will only be achieved through global compliance and quality. Navigating international food safety standards, elevating Africa processing capacity requires more than sending out raw commodities. In achieving all this, there are factors that goes in: the infrastructures, deficits, regulatory knowledge, quality system, access to capital. All this has to put in place for us to optimize our product line from raw commodities to value-added products that can give us a high-end income. This also, we have to put a lot of strategy in place, the farm level integration to make sure that the farmers are integrated, our outgrowers education, constantly teaching them the necessary practices that will enable compliance. Also, digital traceability. In a situation, we're able to know A to Z of what we are giving to fellow human beings to eat because of the value we place on them. And also that helps us to know when there is a challenge where the problem is coming from. A lot of compliance control are in place. The HACCP, the global gap assurance that we have trained our farmers with, the cold chain integration in order to manage post-harvest, and international buyers have trust in us because over and over as they are visited, they meet what we had promised them. They could validate on their visits. Science to market accreditation, we have run a particular model project with the University of Ibadan, where we walk through from A to Z of Ewedu Jute Malo for growth and for adding value for exports, most especially in a refrigerated level, which enables buyers to put this in microwave or minor cooking under 2-3 minutes, have this on their table. We emphasize research commercialization because this is the way Africa should go. And we feel that scientists, researchers should not stop at publications only. They should be able to increase the job value. They should be able to match the research with the society to see it being implemented and being useful to our day-to-day running of food safety, food security in every society, not just in Africa, not just in Nigeria, rather. And this is important to us. We have worked in different lines of food products. Cassava, we have worked on the cassava with different addition in order to get a breakfast series that can enable anyone to prepare breakfast under 5 minutes before leaving for work in the morning. And we have been able to improve our indigenous crop value chain from locust beans that we use in enhancing our soup making to there's something I'm working on now. I will just want to hold on that. I don't want to mention it because it's still on the pipeline. We also look into sustainability of agricultural operation, integrating climate smart practices, looking at climate adaptation to encourage and make sure that our crop production are good enough and give us an opportunity to be competitive. Year in, year out, we see the effect of climate changes. We don't want to wait for mitigation. We want to look at how do we prepare ahead and adapt our system to make it work. So we do a lot of smart work, drip irrigation. We do honeybee in some, let's say, shea trees in order to engage the system in helping the fruiting and the pollination. From time to time, we make sure that our product is from farm to table. Natural fact, this morning, we have done a lot of transaction from farm to table work to almost 700 kg worth of leaves that goes into everybody's table in one place or the other. The leaves are leaving for UK, and we have made sure that we have farmers that we work with. This encourages them because we offtake from them, they farm, and we encourage them to do the volume, and they bring it out, and we all put it together as a group export. We also do circular economy. We make sure that our waste is not waste, is a byproduct. We use them as fertilizer in our farms. We use the waste of cocoa and palm kernel with shea butter to make soap. We also make sure that our supply chain is traceable. A lot of strategy has gone into our trade alliances. We have digital trade streamlined to make sure that every product that leaves us, we know where they are. We can trace our containers from our office. We also work to see that our production is involving AFTA, which we call an African Continental Free Trade involvement. We also work with a lot of government institutions to achieve our targets. Nigerian Quarantine, we work with Nigeria Export Promotion Council, and also we have foreign agencies that we work with, ITC, GIZ, CBI, Nigeria Export Promotion Council, all these Nigerian Shippers Council, Nigerian Quarantine Services as well. We also have multi-stakeholder synergy as a result of all this. We propose a hub that it is the best way to handle some of this, because when an individual produces, the equipment lies fallow before the next production. Most of our products are seasonal, and because they are seasonal, it is not effective when an individual home or warehouse equipment that you only use 3 months in a year, whereas it can be adaptive to another production line. It can also be outsourced for other people to use. And we can also have different people of different product line coming to use one workspace, having crèche for women, having library, having exhibition center in the same place, way in, way out. Packaging equipment can be used by different production line instead of it being idle, because we know that finances that goes into this acquiring all this equipment needs to be paid for, and we still need to look into cash flow and trading, that is buying raw material and all what you have. So when you run a hub, it allows the equipment to be paid for instrumentally by every individual using the space. Our core business philosophy: success is not measured by what we have invested, but by the value we create, the lives we improve, and the sustainable business we build for future generations. We constantly talk about the quality, quantity. We have the quality and we have the quantity. And in a bid to have the quantity and quality, we engage with a lot of farmers, cooperatives, even though we ourselves, we have our own farm. But in order to meet up the demand that is increasing by the day, in order to sustain the business itself, we have to work with other people. If I don't have in my farm, my neighbor, my cooperative member do have. Nourishing prosperity together, it must be an ecosystem, and it must be at commercial level in order for us to grow together. Just want to say thank you. I could go on and on, but I will stop here. If you have questions for me, I will be ready to answer you.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for sharing your valuable insights with the Global Nutripreneurs community. That was an engaging and thought-provoking presentation. I have a few questions that I would like to ask you to dive a little deeper into your experience and perspective. So with your extensive experience turning raw agricultural commodities into high-value export-grade goods, what are the primary challenges African processors face when attempting to meet stringent international food safety and quality compliance standards?
The compliance is a challenge when you do not realize that it is a necessity. If you understand what compliance is, we all deserve compliance, not even because you are selling. Compliance should be an everyday thing, how to make sure that you keep the hazard point and make sure that the food is safe for everyone that will eat it. Until we all come to the consciousness of the quality of food that we eat or give out, it will be a problem. This is not just at the port problem, it has to start from the farm. Inconsistent in quality management, many processors still lack documentation system, such as HACCP, traceability, good manufacturer practices, limited awareness of international regulatory requirements, including SPS measures, global gap, and buyer-specific specification. Even at times, organic specification would have been easier if we have a thorough teaching to everyone, knowing that it is from farm that organic certification starts from. Your soil has to be tested. We need to see the pest control you are using, not the one that has been banned or outdated or has been asked not to use, because a certain percentage can be harmful to every one of us, not to the buyer, to every one of us. Unless we take it from that angle, it will be tricky. We address all these challenges by integrating quality from the farm level, training farmers, implementing traceability system. It will be very much difficult for me to get into the open market to buy anything, because there are so many, even the metal chips that drops in grinding. Hope that's enough for now.
Thank you for sharing that perspective. That's a very valuable insight. Building on to that, I'd like to move to my next question. Your work focuses heavily on science to market, commercialization, and transforming indigenous agricultural knowledge into viable products. How can the broader agricultural sector better incent incentivize research institutions to align their innovations with market demand and scalable business models?
Research should not end with publication. I said it in my presentation. It should end with commercialization and measurable impact. One of the biggest gaps in Africa is the disconnect between university and the industry. Researchers often solve scientific problems without engaging the private sector early enough, while businesses struggle to access innovation development in research institutes. We need a stronger collaboration through innovation hubs, like the innovation hub that I mentioned. The research center or unit or laboratory should be attached, where things can be carried out in the laboratory before you take a final decision on what you are doing. Let's imagine you are doing a component of different components to make a product. You need to constantly check whether they are compatible. You will be able to know the shelf life, the activities. Some products are not combinable. You know, in chemistry, all this plays out. And I guess it's part of why my emphasis is on that side, maybe because of my chemistry background, because I see chemistry as the link between physics and chemistry. The technology transfer of physics pilot processing facilities should be allowed. You should have like that hub where those things are allowed. You are allowed to play with those products and you get the right thing out. That way, when we are sure that the product can stand the shelf life, can stand the quality and everything needed, we're able to trace it to the back as well and be assured that the traceability and sustainability is possible before we launch it into the market. There should be grants for such. Because at that point, we can even say, okay, we are giving you grants. This grant, can you bring 5% of it just for the individual to be committed? Or can you design your product line, then we will finance the pilot projects. Do you see it now? Like now, at the moment, I'm doing a pilot project of mechanization and digitalization of farms with ITC. I'm paying a percentage. ITC is paying a percentage. I own the land. Even at that, I own the inputs. So it's not really that they are taking off all the burden. And we have been having some issues. They want to cancel it. And I'm insisting we can't cancel it. We need to finish it and see where the problem lies and begin to look at it so that by the time we are passing it to other people, we could be able to give a good recommendation. So startups should be supported. Products should be launched from the hubs, not from an individual, because launching a product by an individual makes it a bit expensive. The research and development part of it should be domiciled at the hub. The research and development of new products should domicile with the hubs. Through my work, I have demonstrated how research on the indigenous food, such as the way we have mentioned, orange flesh, sweet potato, cassava, locust bean, become commercially viable. There is a particular product we call the locust beans, Iru, Dawa Dawa. Since 2018 to now, I've been able to work on it extensively to see how it can be containerized, put in containers, sent by container from Nigeria to Canada without refrigerating it, without drying it. And I've worked successfully. I have certain buyers who demand on it on a yearly basis. And the volume they are buying on a yearly basis is increasing by the day. Every year, the volume is increasing because they have tested it that it works. It does not get, the shelf life holds more than a year. Maybe we should start. So this reduction of post-harvest losses to create new jobs is as important for the future to belong to research and to the industry.
That's a very interesting way to look at it. Moving on to our next question. Building a sustainable agribusiness requires managing operations from soil to consumer. How do you integrate climate-smart agriculture practices at the farm level while maintaining high yields, cost efficiency, and export timelines across the value chain?
Okay, though I mentioned one example, climate-smart agriculture is no longer a joke. It has come, and it has come to stay, and it's not optional. It is essential for business sustainability. I can tell you that. At OKLAN Best, we integrate climate-smart practices throughout the value chain. At the farm level, we promote improved planting materials. You need to be sure the material you are putting in. The soil health management, so we do soil analysis, water conservation. Like the locust beans I mentioned, we are looking at how to use the water waste from the locust beans in the farm, the water and the waste from shea butter in the farm. We've started practicing, so we demarcate some plots and use it and see the results. And training the farmers is important because we keep engaging them to understand why we have to do this, why you have to do that. Otherwise, they will tell you they've been doing it forever. You can't teach me. But when you sit with them, help them to see why they should change the practices, why they should give in another innovation. It helps. At the processing stage, we minimize waste through value addition and circular economy practices. The circular economy is wide. We make soap out of circular economy. We make fertilizer out of circular economy. We are working on briquettes and feed, animal feed. Some of the waste from shea butter has been sent to laboratory. We've done the first set of analysis. We're waiting for another level of analysis to conclude. Otherwise, yes, I know it's healthable. I could have just added it, but I want to keep myself, my conscience, to be clear that what I'm doing is the right thing. Data traceability helps us to monitor production, quality, logistics from farm to export destination, tracking the trucks, tracking the container on the sea, knowing which country it is at the moment. Is it heading towards where and also looking at the lead time that it will get to where it's going to. By planning production around market demand and strengthening relationship with farmers, logistics providers and buyers, we improve efficiency while reducing losses. Climate smart is therefore not only about protecting the environment, it is about building resilience and profitable businesses for all of us.
Thank you for highlighting that. That leads us nicely to the next topic. Expanding domestic primary crops into international trade networks often requires navigating complex trade barriers and logistics. What key strategic partnerships or trade frameworks have proven most vital for gaining reliable market entry in regional and global markets?
Successful exports is built on partnerships. Over the years, we have collaborated with organizations such as International Trade Center, ITC, GIZ, which is a German agency, BMZ, the Global Shea Alliance. Global Shea Alliance is a body that oversees all the countries that sell or buy shea butter, shea whatever you want to do. AFTAG initiative, Export Promotion Council, Nigeria Shippers Council, Nigeria Quarantine. We were involved in the e-phyto that was brought into Nigeria through the GIZ and International Chamber of Commerce and other public and private institutions. We work with them. We are trying to work with what we call NIHOT. They are responsible for vegetables and all those things that we send out because we need their support in making sure we do the right thing at the right time. This partnership strengthening our capacity in export readiness and volume as well. Certification, quality management, market intelligence, and buyer connections. Trade frameworks such as African Continental Free Trade are opening unprecedented opportunities every day. And Nigerian government, the Minister of Trade, Dr. Jumoke Oduwole, did a laudable way recently to work with Rwanda here, picking goods from Nigeria to Rwanda, which you can now network from Rwanda to other Southern African countries. So a lot is going on in that space. We are also looking for our foot in Kenya and Southern Africa. We've been to Botswana, we've been to Namibia, we've been to South Africa itself, and we are hoping to visit those places again this year, Kenya and Botswana and South Africa. Most especially if I have my way, Rwanda, because of the airline that is going. But I know that shipping with airline is more expensive. But at the same time, I want to take one step at a time, see what is going on, and see how we can introduce the container, even if it means cost sharing or cooperative using a container together so that we can have our price reduced. We have done that with Southern West Africa. We normally ship into the Gambia, and we let other people bring their item into our container, and we release it to them on the other side. We've done the same thing to UK and US, most especially from Gambia side with the fish and all of their own products. It's easier. We have a timetable of who is leading the shipment, what you are taking in. So it's something I would like to do again with what is going on at the moment with us. I think that's the way to go. That's the way to go. It's good to network and do partnership in managing a lot of things, not just logistics. A lot of things require working with other people. Thank you.
Those are some excellent points. Let's explore another important aspect. How will your participation in the Global NutriPreneurs movement help align local climate-smart food systems with global market opportunities? And what mark do you hope your contribution leaves on the next generation of nutrition-focused entrepreneurs?
Thank you for the question. Our movements in local climate-smart food, we have been working with a lot of our people all along, and we're still hoping to do more. And one of the things we see is participation in the global NutriPreneur movement as an opportunity to move beyond sharing knowledge to building practical solutions that create lasting impact. Throughout our career, or my career, I have worked to bridge the gap between farmers, researchers, processors, investors, international markets. My goal is to demonstrate that climate-smart agriculture is the way to go. And food innovation is important. People look out for innovation in food. They want to see something different. They want to see something that excites them. And commercial success can go hand in hand when we move all this together. We integrate sustainable production with value addition, quality assurance, and we do digital traceability, export readiness, local food system become global competitive advantage at the end of the day. Through OKLAN Best, I hope to contribute to my supporting research commercialization, startup acceleration, women and youth enterprise development, export readiness, investment facilitation. I also look forward to collaborating with GlobalNutriPreneurs to establish a stronger commercialization ecosystem across West Africa, Africa, that connect innovation with markets and investment. Some years back, I had an opportunity, 2023, to be in South Africa, and we were having a conversation in line with this with some of the South African, I think Indian South Africans, of taking some product line from Nigeria, raw material, taking some raw material from South Africa to mix to make a single product. Does it make any sense to you? Even from the new product I told you I was trying to make, I'm thinking of bringing in something from Kenya, something from Ethiopia, and having some other input also from Nigeria, African products from different African soil. But I have to consider the traceability. So it means I have to work with indigens that I know their farmers, I know their inputs, before I can combine those products to form a new product.
I think that gives, oh, sorry.
I want to be recognized not only as a source of agricultural commodity, but as a global leader in high quality, value-added, climate smart, and nutritional focused products. Thank you.
I think that gives our audience a lot to reflect on. What an incredible masterclass for conversation. Thank you for sharing your blueprints with us today. Your profound insights reinforce exactly why GlobalNutriPreneurs exists, to bridge the critical gap between commercial profitability and sustainable social impact. To everyone tuning in across our global network, whether you're an innovator, an investor, or a policymaker, the path to plugging into this unified agri-food operating system is clear. For agri-food entrepreneurs and founders, stop struggling in isolation. Fast-track your venture through our customized scaling pathways, leverage our AI-driven mentor matching, and utilize our automated regulatory compliance hubs to make your business cross-border ready. For accredited investors, eliminate the noise of unvetted pipelines. Access our pre-evaluated investment-grade nutri-businesses directly through our integrated virtual deal room and secure your stake in the next era of health and wellness. For industrial and academic partners, collaborate with us. Let's unlock deep tech innovation through our Global Agri-Food Nutrition Research and Development Forum and actively build a more equitable ecosystem by championing leadership at our Women in Food, Agriculture and Nutrition Forum. Together, we can maximize our global networks and deploy decentralized common facility centers to actively drive that 40% reduction in global post-harvest food losses. The future of the global agri-food economy is no longer about survival. It is about sustainable nutrition, scientific excellence, and a friction-free global trade. Visit globalnutripreneurs.com to secure your application, verify your venture, and claim your place in the future of food innovation. Thank you for joining us on Global Nutripreneurs. Until next time, keep innovating, keep scaling, and build with impact. Thank you. Have a good day.